As you can see, here's a rough guide of the 3 kits that we have for next season. But let's just look at these one at a time and go through them. So let's start with this one. This seems to be a favourite of a lot of Liverpool fans that I've been speaking to on Twitter today. And by the way, I am back on Twitter, so if you want to give me a follow on there, it's just at Craig Holden, Houlden. So this is the one that a lot of Liverpool fans are liking the look of. Now, it's always difficult to gauge these things without seeing them in person, of course. And there are a few aspects of this kit that I really do like. I think the collar, and it could be the way it's hanging here on the hanger, I think the collar seems to be a little bit too pronounced and it drops a little bit too much. The buttons, of course, I think also come down a bit low, but it could look better on. So there are designs, there is how do I say this? There is a pattern of lines on this kit that this image here doesn't really show up as well, which makes it a little bit less plain than it might seem at first glance. And I can understand why people like this one. I'm not personally a fan of white kits, probably because I'm a bit of a chunky SOB, and you usually like to put on black to make yourself look a bit slim, and if you're of my build. But for those of you out there that are a little bit more athletic, that aren't quite a chunky SOB like me, I can see the appeal of this kit. Now, I think all of this season's kits for me have been skewed a little bit by the fact that Standard Chartered have changed the logo around, and I prefer the old one, if I'm being honest. But look, it's not up to me to talk about Standard Chartered. So let me know what you guys think of this one in the comment section. I know Jack Gill, for instance, loves it. I know Connor thinks it's quite nice, and most of the folks on Twitter seem to really like it as well. And I think this one, to me, I can see the appeal. I can. It's not for me personally, but that's just because I'm too fat to wear white. I have to own up, I did order the home shirt today. I had ordered it for my son, and I'd seen enough of it in person to think, do you know what, Craig? Take a punt. So I bought that today, and it should be arriving tomorrow. But the reason I bought it is because I was hanging off for the next kit I'm going to show you to be released, and it wasn't what I expected. So we'd all heard rumours around the lovely pinstripe yellow shirt that was coming out, and we'd all been hopeful. We'd seen some images being released, but unfortunately it looks like they've melted down Ronald McDonald, and this is what we're left with. So it's a ketchup and mustard look to me. Now, let's talk about it, because it is my opinion that it's not great. I mean, it has potential, but I think the checker on the collar and the checker on the cuffs ruins the shirt. Now, there is a reasoning behind this, of course, and that checker is supposed to represent the flags on the Kop, the flags and the banners that were on the Kop in the 70s and stuff. And there is a pinstripe in this shirt, just not the red pinstripe that we'd hoped for, but there are very subtle lines and pinstripes going down it. To me, I don't like it one bit, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very, very disappointed because I had so much potential. I really did. I love the fact it's got the Nike and the tick beside it. I love that. I think that looks much better on shirts than just the tick. Obviously, the Liverpool is magnificent wherever it is, but I don't know, man. The collar and the cuffs, I mean, it looks like a mixture of a tablecloth you'd see if you're on your holidays over in Spain. And I know what they were trying to do. I know what they were trying to do with the flags from the Kop and stuff, but my God, it's not great. It's not great at all. Yeah, I think they've massively missed the mark with this one, folks. I do. So for me, of the 3, this is the worst of the bunch. I mean, if I was to rank them purely on looks, I'd say the white one I showed you a minute ago is probably top of the list, even though I wouldn't buy it because of the reasons I explained. The home one then, to me, would be second. That's grown on me. The more that I see it, the more it is actually growing on me. But this, I mean, I don't get it. This is going to be the 3rd kit, by the way, not the away one. This will be the 3rd kit. I mean, it seems like a missed opportunity for me, ladies and gents. There was great potential there for the yellow and red colours. I think everybody was on board with a bit of retro look from, was it 78, something like that, perhaps, off the top of my head. But it's not fake, Jonathan, mate. I really don't think it is fake. I mean, footy headlines are usually on the ball about this stuff, mate, and they even go as far as to give the explanation. And when you get that level of detail, mate, it's not just some Johnny-come-nobody throwing up a kit together. They've gotten the information of why each specific part of the kit is there. So, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with it, I have to say. I mean, we thought we were going to get the lovely pinstripe one with the round neck, and yeah, this was what it is. Look, Hamza likes it, and of course kits are like that, aren't they? There is a little bit of something for everybody, which is probably why the kits are certainly more modern looking than in recent times. But yeah, they are quite divisive as well. You're never going to make everybody happy, so that's my take on it anyway.